What's up, everyone? JD here. Welcome to another round of pickups. This will be a very quick round because I'm still experimenting with filming locations, and but I but we'll still try. We'll see what we can do. Oh, I did mention it in the last video, which actually is by the time of recording is just up. So if you guys haven't seen that, please go take a look at it. But this will be a quick one. So we got a few more NES games. There is actually one game that is a big one, but I'll save that one towards the end. So for now, let's get to last one I actually had just NES game. This one I have a little more variety outside of the NES games, which is actually good actually. So I got one board game to show you. I'm not gonna be able to explain the story about this here. I want to go for the phone that I'm like an Instagram post about this one, but this is one that kind of means something to me, and not like and it's really hard for me to talk about, and I don't because I don't want to explain the reason, other than what when one of my teachers had it. It's just a complicated story about which teacher. I don't want to go too in depth, but let me just show you the board game. It's actually a good game as well. It's reading between the lines. So for those unaware about this game, this is one of those learning well games. Names to which teachers would buy this in school, and the purpose is to teach their students reading comprehension and stuff like that. I have never, outside of the teacher that I had this game, I have never run across this game in my life. Though thankfully this one was super cheap. It was super cheap, but this one, for some reason, this label doesn't pop up on eBay very often. It's like you either get the blue label or the red label. This is the red label. But regardless, very happy to have this. And it's one I've wanted for quite a while. Anyway, so and I will make an Instagram post about this because I really want to make a Instagram post because this is a really fun game. I'm not even. This is like probably that will become one of my favorite board games of all time. So I'm gonna do a video on it. And now on to most of the stuff you want to see, which is the VHS tapes. Yes, I got 2 VHS tapes. One of them is actually the one obviously you people want to see the most. But I did get how to say this. I haven't been able to get more. I haven't gotten any VHS, but it's actually the first VHS I'm owning. One of them I found in at a comic book store. The other one I got out of eBay. I think there's a reason. But we'll just get the random one out of the way. I got an anime VHS, Blackjack, Clinical Church 6. This is just from. This is probably the end of an anime series I've never seen, so I will watch anime on YouTube. I will not watch it on VHS. But thankfully, the one that I am excited about, and going on the whole Thomas the Tank Engine, and being the Thomas the Tank Engine fanboy, I have to get this one. I had to get this one. I don't have this one on DVD, unfortunately, but it's super cheap on DVD, so I'll just get it off eBay when I get paid. And that's Thomas in the Special Letter, which is an amazing movie. Now thinking about it, I actually have a story to tell. I actually 2 days after I got this VHS, the teachers actually celebrated its 30th anniversary, and I had no idea, and I didn't even know the release date of this. And what's more interesting is that a YouTuber that I've been watching a lot, which I started messaging on Instagram, did a video on this release. And it's actually a really amazing video. Matter of fact, I am going to link the video in the description down below. It's really good, and one that I highly recommend you check out if you want to learn a little more about this release, because she just did a video on it and it is amazing. So I will give the YouTuber's name. Her name is Yamite, and she's actually a very big Thomas YouTuber. Not as big as like the Monkey Talk, but still really big and really good. I'm gonna link her video in the description down below. Highly recommend it. Also, this could let's close this on, but very happy to have this. It's my first Thomas VHS, and I have something season 4, which I don't have any. I think season 4. Now, for our final game before we get to the NES stuff. Also, before we get to that, I do like to apologize if you hear a lot of beeping noise. Our smoke alarm is going off right now, and we haven't been able to fix it yet. So you're just gonna have to suck it up. I apologize, but should have mentioned that earlier. But whatever. Our one other game is an Xbox 360 game. You might be thinking, why? I thought you sold your 360 set. I did. However, well, I'm not gonna go for. I'm not even gonna think about going for the complete 360 set again. I'm kind of thinking about. I've been watching one of my housemates play 360 games again, and he just got an Xbox One. So we tried installing games on 360, and this one did not work on Xbox One. So he let me have it, which is a good thing because I'm not looking for like a ton of 360. There's only like a few I really want, and this is one of them. Like my 360, which was so small right now. So if I get titles I want, that's good for me. And this is one of the ones I do want because I do remember playing this game, and that's Wheel of Fortune. This is an amazing game on the 60. This is the best version of the game show without question. This one is very common. However, the Wii U version is much more uncommon. So, not saying this is the common version, because this is not, but keep an eye out for the Wii U version. That one is real more uncommon. Anyway, now for the main event, which is the NES games. So, we don't have a lot of NES games this time, but we do have 3 more boxes as box games, including one very big one that I'm very excited to add to the collection. So let's start with the cards. Alright, so we got Roger Clemens MVP Baseball, World Class Track Meet, which, in case you're not aware, this is Woodbury Stadium events, but cheaper. Tecmo Baseball, but this is actually in really bad shape. This one's gonna need an upgrade, but for some reason, even though this game's only worth $5 to $10, and it's super extremely cheap, I never see this game, and I don't understand why. I see Tecmo Ball a lot, but not Tecmo Baseball. So I guess keep an eye out for this one. I don't know. Kung Fu Heroes, which is this is the beginning of the series, the Ninja Brothers series, which had 2 games on NES, Kung Fu Heroes and Little Ninja Brothers. They got Super Ninja Bros. On the Super Nintendo, which I have on the complete box, and they got 2 more on the Game Boy, which one of them was super hard to find. I'm not even joking, but this one is definitely took more uncommon. But it's not the sequel. The sequel is a little more uncommon, but this one's the common one. Still a good game though, from what I heard. Festus Quest. This is one that I've never played, but I have seen the AVGN review of this one. It is not the most expensive. It is probably the cheapest of the Addams Family games on NES, because I know there are a couple. There's the Addams Family, and then this Puxy Spice Scavenger, which is the harder version one to find. But this is the cheapest one. And then we got staple title here. This is a staple if you guys are collecting NES. This is an awesome game. Actually, when I think of staples, when I am done filming this video and get everything else settled, put away, I'm probably gonna go into my room and play this, and that's Adventure Island. This is one I've always wanted to play, and I just downloaded it on emulator. Granted, I did have to download the European version, but still basically the same game, so it doesn't really matter. But awesome game from what I heard. I'm really looking forward to playing this. I still need Adventure Island 2 and 3, which 2 is much more harder to find, but not 2. Sorry, 3 is much more harder to find, but this one still happy to have the first one. I got it at a comic book store for $10. Not a bad deal for a very nice copy. I'm not even joking. This is almost mint. It's got a little. It's got a little dent right there, and then a little bit of a small tear. Other than that, this is in fantastic condition. I'm not even joking. This is one of the nicest copies of this game I've seen. And then one more NES card I have. This is one that it's not super expensive, but it's very uncommon. Like, I never see this game anywhere, and I just got this game. I got this game more recently. I was like, what is this game? Never heard of it. And that's the thing. You never see this game. Is it expensive? No. Is it rare? No. Is it uncommon? Yes. But is it cheap? Yes. And that's Archon. And this could be a chess game. I know nothing about this game. I might have to look up some footage on it to see if it's worth my time and me downloading. But again, I never ever see this game. And if this game looks boring, well, you know what? If I end up not having any more NES games, I will swap this game out. But it is an uncommon one, so very happy to have it. And now our final 3 games are all we got the NES boxes. So, the 2 of these boxes are actually, one of the boxes is actually not terrible, but these are not in like amazing shape. But like I said, one of them is a big one, which is why I'm saving it for the end. But this is just the box. This has the styrofoam, but it's just the box. Dave from the Gigas did have the card for it, but unfortunately I did not have enough money to get it with the card, so I did have to split it, unfortunately. So I will have to get the card eventually in the future. But once I do start my new job, that's gonna be one of the first things I track down. But it's Super Mario Bros. 3, which I know this is like a staple type. This is like the greatest freaking NES game ever made, and it's true. This is an amazing game. I played this game and beat this game on Super Mario All Stars a couple of years ago, so that's the version I would play. But that doesn't change the fact that this game has a legacy of its own. I mean, it is a staple type. If you do not have this game, I don't know what you're doing with my life. But like, unfortunately, the box is in really bad shape, so I do need to upgrade. But honestly, this is such an iconic game that even if I get an upgrade, I wouldn't trade this in. I actually would sell it. I would sell it to someone on Instagram, a reseller, and either work some money or go try to get some other games that I need. You know what I mean? But only if I get an upgrade, which I will track one down. Here's another awesome game so this is one as a story. I had the card for this, and then I got the box. What actually is more interesting is that I was supposed to get this game. I'm supposed to get the arcade cabinet for this game, which unfortunately never happened. So, because I was supposed to get it on a Tuesday. However, I wasn't able to make the money in time, and unfortunately, the arcade machine just sold. So I do kind of regret it. But regardless, I am happy to have this one, and hopefully, maybe someday I'll get the arcade version in the future. And that's Operation Wolf. This one unfortunately is missing the manual, but the manual is like super cheap, so I will find the manual for this in the future. But very happy to have this. This one I think you do need the light gun, which I think is a little. I think you do, which is a little annoying, but maybe you don't need the light gun, because I know Duck Gun you need the light gun. I'll probably test it out to see if you need it, but still happy to have this. This box is also not in perfect shape, but this is one I'm very happy to have regardless. And our final game for today is one of the more expensive NES games. It's not funny enough. So there's a story behind it. I sold the cart for this game. Hopefully to get, how do you say this? Hopefully to get hopefully to get the arcade machine, and unfortunately that never ended up happening. So I ended up selling a couple of games, which one of them I unfortunately did have to sacrifice, but yet which I don't know why I did, but it's okay because I ended up using it to get that kind of stuff. But this one I'm glad I got back. It even better is I got the box for it. So it is missing the manual, but the manual's like super cheap on since I don't think I need to show the manual. But it is one I'm very happy to have, and it's an amazing. I've been playing this game a lot. I just remember this game is so amazing that I actually just named one of my characters. There is had a character. I have a character based on this game, because this game is so freaking good. Even though it's not really the best character to name, but being the fact that this is D&D we're talking here, of course, and Punch Out. Yes, I would give it away, but it is it is part of the Punch Out series. It's not it's not Punch Out regular NES. It's not the arcade cabinet, arcade cabinet. It's Mike Tyson's Punch Out. This is an amazing game. This is actually also one of the hardest games on NES. Because as basically, like, how to say this, you have to make your way to Mike Tyson, but yeah, you're going to lose up to 3 times, and unfortunately losses are permanent, which means that if you lose a match, it goes on your record, and even if you use a passkey, you will still keep that loss, which means that you have to fight your way through. You have to be precise and perfect. Which means, so if you can beat this game without losing, that's like amazing. But also kind of sucks is that if you use a passkey, you have to start all the way back from the beginning when you last saved. But it's definitely a very challenging game. Mike Tyson is no joke. I'm not even joking, but I'm so very happy to have this game in the box. It is unfortunately missing because it's missing the manual. It's also missing a very special letter from Mike Tyson himself, and that letter can go for like hundreds of dollars. I am not looking for that letter. I don't need it because it's just a piece of paper. But it's still a game that I've been looking for a very long time because I had a loose copy and I sold it, and now I have a boxed copy that I actually scored from the Game Gears for $90. Can you believe it? $90 freaking dollars. I'm not even joking. That is insane. But still, it's a very rare game, and I'm very, very, very happy to have this, as it's one I don't see very often. So, in the box. So, and honestly, it's not in terrible shape. It's not in perfect shape. It's not in perfect shape. It's not in terrible shape. But it's one that my eye is definitely on the tiger of, and that's really a Rocky reference, since that makes sense because it's boxing. But anyway, that being said, that's gonna be it for this pickup video. There is something I did need to address. That I actually just posted in the community about the lack of a schedule consistency. So, and also my journey. So, feel free to read that if you can. Which I do encourage you to read it because, I'll definitely go into more detail in a later video. But that being said, we're already at 20 minutes. I gotta end this video now before I wake my housemate up. So I'm Jaden the Mighty Mouse Bird. Keep on, guys, having a great time, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.